A very good morning to all my students. Students, in this tutorial we are starting chapter number 15, new chapter weather and climate. As you are aware of these both terms, weather and climate. Weather is the day-to-day changes in the temperature. And what is a climate? Climate is the average weather condition of a place and measured usually over 20 to 30 years. So students, now I am going to show you one video through it which become more clear to you that what is the difference between a weather and a climate. So let's watch the video.
Day with clear sunshine makes us happy. When it is too hot, we are happier to see the cloud and have rain. Our habits depend on the type of climate we have during a period. Weather is so important that there are daily forecasts about it on the television, radio, and in the newspapers. Let us know about weather and climate. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define weather and climate, understand a weather report. You might have come across the situation that a sunny morning suddenly changes to a cloudy day and it starts raining heavily. Or heavy rain vanishes within few minutes and gives way to bright sunshine. This is called change in weather. The temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind, and other factors are called the elements of weather. The weather of a place depends on these factors. Weather is about the various changes that occur in the atmosphere of our Earth. The weather is such a complex phenomenon that it can vary over very short periods of time. Do you know what the reason of changing weather is? The sun causes all changes in the weather. Energy absorbed and reflected by the Earth's surface, oceans, and the atmosphere play important roles in determining the weather at any place. Also, deviation in the Earth's orbit, continental drift, and greenhouse effect are the additional causes of the changes in weather. Rachel is looking at weather report in newspaper. Here is a weather report for you. As from the report you can see, date, month, and days are given in the first row of the table. In the second row, weather of respective day is shown. In third row, minimum and maximum temperatures of the day are shown. These minimum and maximum temperatures are recorded by special thermometers called maximum and minimum thermometers. In the fourth row of the table, you can see the humidity. Humidity is measured by hygrometer. In some weather reports, a row for rainfall is also given. Rainfall is measured by an instrument called rain gauge. Let us know how climate is different than weather. The average weather pattern taken over a long time, say 25 years, is called the climate of the place. If temperature at a place is high most of the time, it is said to have a hot climate. If it has heavy rainfall in addition to high temperature, then we say that the climate of that place is hot and wet. For recording climate conditions, the mean temperature of a given month or a particular place is found in two steps. First, average of the temperatures recorded during the month is calculated. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. The day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place in terms of temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called the weather at that place. The average weather pattern taken over a long time, say 25 years, is called the climate of the place.
So students, what is a weather? Weather is a day-to-day change in the temperature, and the study of weather and its element is known as meteorology. So weather is a day-to-day condition of the atmosphere. Means when there is a day-to-day change in the atmosphere, that is called a weather, and it includes temperature, rainfall and wind. What is a climate? Climate is the average weather condition of a place, usually measured over 20 to 30 years. As you have seen in the video that in some places there is too much hotness is there and too much rainfall is there over a long period of time. So that is called now uh, that area is having what sort of climate? It is having hot and wet climate, because rainfall is also there and hotness is also there. So climate is measured over 20 to 30 years. Means in 20 to 30 years what is the weather of that area, and then on the basis of climate is calculated. Now climate what includes? Temperature and rainfall. Now students, we will study the atmospheric pressure. The sun radiates heat and light energy. This is called solar radiation. It is the main source of heat and light for us. However, only a very small part of the solar radiation is able to reach the Earth's surface. The amount of solar radiation received by the Earth's surface is called insolation. So what is insolation? The solar radiation, the amount of solar radiation which is received by the Earth. Means the sun waves, they fall on the Earth. So whatever energy is absorbed by the Earth, whatever the radiation is absorbed by the Earth's surface is called as insolation. The amount of insolation received on the surface of the Earth varies from place to place and from time to time. How it varies? See here, example is given. The Earth's surface absorbs maximum solar radiation during the day. Day you have seen that there is too much sunshine is also there, and the Earth it absorbs too much solar radiation during the daytime. At night, the heat which was absorbed during the day is radiated back. Now at night what happens? The Earth also emits its radiation. You know, Earth also, this is Earth, and it also emits its radiation. Then what happens at night? The Earth becomes cooler. If it is not happening, so then what would happen? The Earth will always remain hot. So during the daytime, most of the temperature, most of the solar radiation is absorbed by the Earth, and the Earth is very hot. And during the daytime, whatever the during the daytime, during the night time, whatever heat is absorbed by the sun is absorbed by the Earth in the day is radiated back at the night. So this led to the balance between sun and the Earth. Means Earth now becomes not remain too much cool, and neither it remains too much hot, because it also radiates back its energy to the atmosphere. So that is called the terrestrial radiation. Now we will study measurement of temperature. Temperature of a particular place denotes the degree of hotness or coldness of air at that place. What is a temperature? Temperature means the degree of hotness or coldness of air. How much cold is air? How much hot is there of a particular place? That is called a temperature. Temperature is measured with the help of thermometer. A thermometer is made up of a glass tube which is filled with mercury. Mercury expands more than the glass when it is heated, and when cooled it contracts more than the glass. Some of the thermometers are filled with alcohol. So students, you have seen thermometer, that which is used to take the body temperature also. There is one mercury ball also. Yes. So what is this? What they are saying, that when mercury expands when that glass is heated up, and it contracts when it cools down. When the glass is cooled down, then the mercury it contracts, and when the glass is heated, then mercury expands. In some of the thermometers, alcohol is also filled. Alcohol also expands more than the glass when heated. So alcohol also expands when it is heated. That is why alcohol is also used in most of the thermometers. Due to this fact, the liquid in the glass tube rises when the temperature rises and falls when the temperature falls. The glass tube has a graduated scale on which the temperature can be easily read. So see student, this is a glass tube, yes, and scale is also there on the basis of which the temperature can be read. Temperature is recorded in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. These are two scales named after the scientists by whom these scales were devised. So the name Celsius and Fahrenheit, they are put after the name of scientists who have discovered them. The most commonly used scale of temperature is the Celsius scale. In our country also the same scale is used. So Celsius scale is the most commonly used scale. This is a decimal scale with values of temperature ranging from 0 to 100 degree. 0 degree is the freezing point of water and 100 degree is the boiling point of water. So what is 0? At which degree the water it freezes? 0 degree. And at which degree the temperature boils? 100 degree. On Fahrenheit scale it is different. The freezing point of water is 32 degree and boiling point of water is 212 degree respectively. Now we will study next. There are both diurnal and seasonal changes in atmospheric temperature. There are both diurnal and seasonal changes in atmospheric temperature. In many places on the earth, there is not only a significant difference in temperature between day and night, but also between one season and other season. Atmospheric temperature also varies along the latitudes. Now students, what is the meaning of diurnal and seasonal changes? Diurnal means that a variation between a high temperature and a low temperature that occurred during the same day. Means when there is too much sunshine, then the temperature is very hot, and on the same day, suppose after some time rain comes, then what happens? The temperature it goes down. So that is called a diurnal change, and it occurs in a day. The difference between the high temperature and the variations between the high temperature and low temperature. And what are seasonal changes? How seasons occurs? Seasons occur due to the revolution of the earth around the sun. So you have seen that during the winter time, what is the temperature? Temperature is very cool, yes, in the month of January. And during the summer season, you see that the temperature is very hot. So that is called the seasonal changes in atmospheric temperature. Now students, we will study heating of the atmosphere. The solar radiation which passes through the atmosphere before reaching the earth's surface does not heat it much. You know students that a blanket of air is there around the sun, that is called atmosphere. So what happens? The solar waves which passes through the atmosphere before reaching the earth's surface, the atmosphere does not get heat up too much. But the solar radiation is able to heat the earth's surface directly. But when it reaches to the earth's surface, it starts getting heated. The air resting over the earth's surface gets heated due to contact with the hot surface of the earth. So what happened? First of all, the earth's surface gets heat up. Yes, it becomes hot, earth's surface. Then what happened? The air which is present on the earth's surface, then it gets heated up. So they are saying the air which is over the earth's surface first gets heated due to contact with the hot surface of the earth. सबसे पहले धरती गर्म होती है, फिर धरती के ऊपर जो हवा होती है फिर वो गर्म होती है. वो कैसे गर्म होती है? When it because of the earth surface is hot. तो अर्थ सरफेस हॉट होती है, तो जो हवा होती है अर्थ सरफेस के ऊपर वो भी उसी के साथ ही गर्म हो जाती है. This heat is further transmitted to the upper layers and the atmosphere is heated. And what happened? This slowly heat, it goes to the upper layers of the atmosphere, and like this the air, it gets heated. So first of all, what is heated? The earth surface. Now we will study factors affecting temperature. One of the main elements of weather and climate is the temperature of a place. From the equator to the poles, the earth experiences a wide range of temperature. The factors that affect the temperature of a place are latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, upper air currents or prevailing winds, and ocean currents. So student, temperature plays a very important role in determining the weather and climate. And you know that from poles to the equator, everywhere, every country is having different temperatures. So what are the factors on which temperature depend? The factors that affect the temperature? Latitude. So first we will study what is latitude. The sun's rays strike the surface of the earth at different angles from the equator 0 degree to the poles 90 degree. While the equatorial region gets the vertical rays of the sun, the polar regions get the slanting rays of the sun. Latitude here, students, I will show you through a diagram. See here. Suppose a sun is here. You have already studied that the places which are on the equator, when the sun rays are directly falling on the equator. So on the equator, so the countries which are situated on the equator, the temperature there is very much high. Why? Because the sun rays are directly falling on the equator. But if you will go to the temperate zone here, means the above side, you will see that here the sun rays are little bit slanting, not directly falling. So here the temperature will be different. But if you will come to the pole side, here the sun rays are very slanting, means not direct sun rays are falling. So here the temperature is different. So this is called the latitude. Latitude means the inclination of the sun's rays. Because of this also the temperature is different at different places. Now we will study altitude. In summer, people prefer to go to places in the hills to escape the heat. This is because temperature decreases with increase in altitude. The thinner the air, the more is the heat that escapes. So more the altitude of a place, the colder it will be. Sometimes you have seen that many people during the summer time they visit to the hill stations. Why is it so? Because the temperature there is very cold. Yes, it is not same as that of the plains. So because the temperature decreases there, so when we go up and up, the temperature it keeps on decreasing, because the air near the mountains is very thin and the air near the plains it is very dense. तो ऊपर हल्की हवा होती है, नीचे भारी हवा. सो जैसे जैसे आप ऊपर जाते जाएंगे, altitude means whenever you go up, the temperature it starts decreasing. Now we will study distance from the sea. Places along the coast usually experience moderate climate, where the range of temperature is not high, unlike in landlocked regions. So the places which are near the sea coast, there the temperature is moderate, neither too hot neither too cold. Landlocked regions means, students, a country or state is that whose territory not connected to an ocean. मीन्स ऐसी कंट्री जिसकी जो टेरिटरीज हैं वो ओशन से कनेक्ट नहीं होती हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड एज लैंड लॉक्ड रीजन्स. This is because coastal regions experience the moderating effect of the sea. Lands get heated faster than the sea, but it also cools down faster. The oceans take long to heat up, but once heated take longer to cool down. Why is it so that moderate temperature is near the sea? It is a phenomena in geography कि land gets heated faster. Land पहले गर्म होती है और पानी बाद में, और इसी का उल्टा होता है कि लैंड जल्दी ठंडी होती है और पानी बहुत देर बाद ठंडा होता है. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीज़न, because of this phenomena, the moderate temperature is found near the coastal areas, near the places which are near the coastal areas. Now we will study prevailing winds. Prevailing winds are also called as planetary winds. Prevailing winds blow from the hot regions of the earth like the tropics to the cold regions of the earth like the temperate or polar regions, and from the cold areas back to the hottest region. So what is prevailing winds? These prevailing winds, they blow from the torrid region. Yeah, means where the hotness is there, then the wind, they start blowing towards the temperate regions or to the polar regions, and again they started coming back to the torrid region. So that is called the prevailing winds. It blows from the hotter region and goes to the colder region, and again it comes back from the colder region to the hotter region. That is called that are called as prevailing winds. Now another thing we will study, atmospheric pressure. Like any other matter, air too has weight. The atmosphere exerts its pressure as pressure on the earth's surface. This is called atmospheric pressure. Students, as matter having weight, in the same way air is also having weight, and the atmosphere exert, and whatever air is there, it puts a pressure on the earth's surface, but we don't feel. Why? Because our body is also having some pressure. So that is why we not feel air pressure, but air is around us and it has pressure. The weight of an air column standing over 1 square centimeter of the earth is more than 1 kg. The weight of the air column is maximum at the mean sea level. So it means that the weight of the air is very high near the sea level, but when you will go up and up, there the weight of the air is less. Now I will show you a video. Through this you are able to understand more. Students, now I am showing you the video related to the atmospheric pressure. That atmosphere pressure is high near the sea level, but when you go up, the atmosphere pressure, it decreases. So why is it so? Because air is thin upside and air is dense at the low side. So let's watch the video.
Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is defined as the pressure exerted by the weight of the air on the Earth's surface. The atmospheric pressure can be measured by an instrument called barometer. The normal atmospheric pressure at sea level is about 76 centimeters of the mercury column in the barometer. Horizontal distribution of pressure. Whenever there is increase in the temperature of the air, it gets heated and expands in volume and becomes lighter. Due to less weight, the heated air rises up, causing low pressure. But at high lighter. Due to less weight, the heated air rises up, causing low.
See students, when the air it get heated, then the heated air, it blows up, it goes up.
Pressure. But at high altitude, the same air gets cooled and becomes heavier, and thus it descends down, causing high pressure.
So when
Vertical distribution of pressure. Atmospheric pressure decreases with height. The decreasing rate of pressure with increasing height is variable. As we go up, the atmosphere becomes thinner and thinner, and its pressure also goes on decreasing.
So students, what is vertical distribution? That here at the altitude side means when we go up, the air is thinner So there is the low pressure.
This is the reason why high pressure is found at the sea level due to dense atmosphere. The lower areas or plains have high pressure, but on the mountains the pressure becomes low. World
Now students, we will study the measurement of pressure. The force exerted by the vertical column of air per unit of area is called atmospheric pressure. Vertical, I told you that in vertical what happened, that the air is thinner in the upper side, so that in the mountain side, that is why there is low pressure, and the air is dense near the surface, near the sea level, that is why the pressure there is high. Now atmospheric pressure is measured with the help of barometer. Different types of barometers are used for this purpose. Pressure is read in centimeters or inches of mercury, a true measure of the height of the mercury column, and another pressure unit is millibars. So with the help of what we measure, barometer, and what is the unit is millibars. In a simple type of barometer, mercury is used for measuring the pressure, but such a barometer is difficult to carry. So mercury is also used for measuring the atmospheric pressure. Nowadays, Android barometer is used for measuring atmospheric pressure. It is easy to carry because it has no mercury column in it. So today what we are using? Android barometer. Android barometers are used for a number of purposes. One of the uses of these instruments is in making altimeters used in the aeroplanes. What is altimeter? An altimeter tells the height of the plane during its flight, means how much the height of plane is there during its flight. Another instrument using an Android barometer is the barograph, which provides a continuous record of pressure. Barograph is this, in which there is record of pressure, means at what level what pressure is there. Sometimes the pressure it goes down. So barograph is like this to measure the temperature, atmospheric pressure. Students, now I will explain you this diagram. Process of heat transfer. The heat is transferred through three type of process: conduction, convection, and radiation. And what are these three processes? You will be able to understand very clearly from this video. Let's watch.
Welcome. Today we would understand the three types of transfer of heat. The first type that we would understand is conduction, followed by convection and radiation. So let's say I am standing here and I have three students in the class. The student who is sitting in the last has a book which he wants to hand over to me. Now there are three ways of doing it. We'll first understand the process of conduction. So what that student can do is transfer the book to the
So students, today we have finished this tutorial up to the measurement of pressure, and now afterwards we will study the distribution of atmospheric pressure in the next tutorial. Till then, watch the video very carefully and the videos also which I have shown in the tutorial. Till then, have a good day.